welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. On the visitor sideline, Washington head coach Dan Quinn. These guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. His counterpart on the Packers sideline, Matt LaFleur. His guys, on the other hand, weren't as fortunate in the opener, so they'll look for their first. After a great first week of football, what does week 2 have in store? The Commanders and the Packers underway on Thursday night primetime. Oh, with a juke. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Candle once again. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Love this time is going to set up to throw it. Short one there, caught by Likely. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down.
On play action, Love to throw. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's good for the Packers. 1st down. 1st and 10.
Candle on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Love looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Love. They'll set up the screen to Candle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
That's another Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Candle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A gain of 3.
They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Love. Over the middle, he's got Golden. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, They want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And the Packers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Play fake. Here's Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've worked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now Love. Touchdown! Matthew Golden with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Daniels. Open man is Samuel, complete. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
Throwing, Love. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action, now it's Daniels. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packers offense set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in their territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Love now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. And take it right on the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. To the air goes Daniels. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. These two teams all tied after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw is Daniels. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Daniels looking to throw. And a dump off here to Robinson. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Drop just inside the 20.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now Daniels. This is swung out to Eckler.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they make a field goal, turns out to be the better call here.
On 4th down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal.
From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Daniels
checks this one down to Robinson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels. This is caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. John Bates there to make the grab. And the Commanders take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that. Maybe they get this game tied up.
That's caught downfield. It's Golden.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Love, they go play action now.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
In motion goes the tight end. Love from the gun on third down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Sit.
Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Matt LaFleur had it right, and he'll wind up winning that challenge.
Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Green Bay score. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had 3 touchdown passes in that game a week ago. He's got 2 already here in this first half as his guys start 1st and 10.
Got a man. It's Brown. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 28-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
That's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw now, here's Love.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Kicked off by Will Harris. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with during a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And a Washington offense heading out. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 30.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
3rd down and 10.
Off the play fake. Daniels looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And only able to get two here, stopped at the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Love looking to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Love. Forced out to his left. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the gun, here's a ball to Campbell. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Love from the gun. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Brendan McManus on for the Packer field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A final shot before break. Daniels. Throwing one incomplete. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I picked up here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And now the punter, Tressway, as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. On play action. Love to throw. That's taken in by Golden. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
13 yards on the play.
They give now to Abanikanda.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
And they'll go again with Abanikanda.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
29-yard line.
Now Love. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Love will sneak it. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Packers 1st down. 1st and 10. That's a 20.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
As we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 25-yard line.
Throwing. Love. Over the middle here. It's hauled in by Watson. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun. Love. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Looking to put a drive together.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
To the air goes Daniels.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Daniels looking to throw.
Dancing to his left. And the ball is knocked out. And they'll bring him down here at about the 22-yard line.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. First down, they start out with a Banacanda. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They're running with the Banacanda. Going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner in to bring him down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Love now. They'll set up the screen to Banacanda. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. The Packers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Going back to Love. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The kick by McManus is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing now is Daniels. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now Daniels. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain on the play. First down, Commanders.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Here's Daniels. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Daniels going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a ball to Campbell. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and
Love from the gun on 3rd down. A short one there, caught by Likely. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
A 40-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And he rips that one incomplete there. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Daniels. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Campbell. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And they'll give you a Campbell on the option.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Here's Love.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
Now Washington.
Down by 12. 2:19 to play. They have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work with, but they also need 2 scores. They've got to go quick. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll give him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun. Daniels.
He's got Eckler. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts,
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Back to throw. Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 46-yard line.
They go play action. Daniels.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. This to McLaurin out on the left side.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Washington.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Daniels.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Washington.
And now the spike comes with 28 seconds left on the clock. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Escaping the pressure right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Packers, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first two home games. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Washington, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.